So for this video I am going to do a VR to Ali from Lupa Moon, and as you can see in the title below, it is the hashtag BEKIND tag. I really like this. I am one of those people who is very much a great believer in building each other up, not tearing each other down. That's something that's really important to me. Supporting each other, you know, just generally doing what we can for each other because we can. Those are things that are all really important to me, and I think now more than ever the idea of being kind is something that we really need in the world, all over the world, something we definitely need more of. So I just actually, before I jump into the questions, can I just apologise for this lighting situation? I haven't filmed here at night before, so I've got no natural light coming in, and the lighting in my living room is not particularly great, but I have no other time to film this video, so I kind of just had to accept that it was going to be like this and crack on. Hopefully it's not too bad, and you know, you can still see okay, and there's not really anything for you to look at, so it shouldn't be too bad. With that being said, the first question is, what would or can you do to empower others? Now, when Ali was talking about this question, she was talking about it very much from a content creator perspective. But I think just from a general perspective, I think that we should be looking to empower others all the time, whether we're talking about content creators, whether we're talking about content consumers, whether we're talking about people that we meet in our everyday lives, whether we're, you know, whatever we're talking about. I think empowering others is something that, again, I feel really strongly about. I think that we should be empowering each people, and I think sometimes the obvious ways of empowering people is to be kind to people and not cruel, to give constructive criticism and not just criticism, to, you know, those kind of things. But I think some of the things that I think of when I think about empowering others, I think there's a couple of things that really stick out. And I think one of the things is that we can give people the space to be completely themselves, without judgment, and without thinking that we know what's better for someone, and without thinking that we have all the answers, and without thinking that it's our job to solve everybody's problems. You know, empowering people is about allowing them to be in their own power, exactly what that looks like or what that means for them. So for me, empowering people is about being as non-judgmental as I possibly can, and about giving people the space to just be who they are. But the flip side of that is that often when you want to empower people, you have to be a kind of results role model for empowerment. So that means learning to be yourself, and learning to treat yourself from a place of non-judgment and from compassion, and allowing yourself to just be the person that you are and not apologize for it and not feel bad for it. And if you can go out there and you can do that, and you can just model those results and model that behavior, people can look to you as somebody who's doing it and think, you know what, I can do that. I can do that too. And I think that's quite empowering. So yeah, a bit of a rambly answer, but question number 2, name someone on YouTube who has inspired you. There's actually so many people on YouTube that's inspired me, but I think the one that probably springs to mind and sticks out the most would be Kellyanne Maddox. I was watching Kellyanne Maddox a long time before I knew that the rest of the tarot community and the rest of the witchy community on YouTube even existed. And I learned a lot about shadow work through her videos, and I just think that she is someone who lives her truth. She lives her truth in whatever way that looks like for her, and she does it in a place that treats herself with compassion, and that isn't from a place of I know and I'm better and I'm right, and if you want to be a good person or if you want to succeed in life, you have to do what I do or watch what I'm doing and you'll get better kind of thing. It's very much just that she is who she is, and by being who she is, she allows people the space to also be who they are. And I find that incredibly inspiring. And also, you know, she's living the life that I want. She has the self-made business and doesn't have to go out to work every day and gets to work from home and help people, and those are, you know, all that kind of jealousy thing, but yeah, I find that really inspiring. I think people who are willing to just be themselves without judgment is incredibly inspiring. Question number 3. Name 2 channels that make you happy. Again, there's a lot of channels that I really enjoy, but there was a couple of channels that I wanted to mention which I don't think I've ever talked about before, and you know, I don't think they're particularly huge channels, and I'm sure people know of them, but anyway, I'm going to shout them out just in case. So we have Science to Soul with Jen, which so many, I was trying to remember if there was a tarot in her name or not, which is what that weird pause was, but anyway, I will link these 2 in the description box. But I really love Jen. I think that Jen is just a genuinely wonderful, warm person. So I enjoy everything that she puts out. She's really rambly like me, which I love. Her videos can get quite long because she talks a lot, which I love. But she, you know, she's somebody that really embodies that idea of unconditional positive regard for other people, and I think that's something that we could all do with so much more of, either by giving it to others or by having other people give it to us every now and again. I think it's such an important thing to just be unconditionally regarded in a positive way, which is clearly, you know, what unconditional positive regard is, but yeah, I just think that she's incredible. And oh, I forgot, there's supposed to be 2. So the other one is James Feeny, who's very new to me actually. He commented on some of my videos, and when people comment on my videos and I'm not 100% sure who they are, or they're new, or I've just not really spoken to them before, I always like to go and check out whether they have a channel, whether they have the videos on there, and see what they're doing, and just watch a few of their videos and get a feel for them. I like to know the people that I'm engaging with, even if it's just through comments. It ends up being just through comments, that's fine, but if they have videos, it's an extra way for me to kind of get to know them. And so I did that. I went and watched some of his videos. I really like what he's doing. I think he just comes across as a very sweet young man. So yeah, I hope that's not patronising at all. It's not meant to be, but I really think he's doing some good things, and you should go and check him out if you haven't done already, and his link will be in the description box below as well. Question number 4. What card depicts kindness to you? I thought about this a lot, actually. I went through all of my cards and I thought about it, and it kind of, it's quite difficult to answer this question and not also answer question 5, which is, what does kindness mean to you? So I'm going to put them together because it's the easiest way for me to do this. But for me, this might come as a surprise in some ways, but I think for me, the card that most depicts, it's not even 9 o'clock. The card that most depicts kindness to me is the Hanged Man, which again, I say, probably an unusual choice, but I think to really be kind to other people, there has to be, are you going to sit and eat your bone right next to me and make that horrible noise? Say yes, Mum. Yes, I am. Are you going to come say hi? You going to come say hi? Come here then. Come here then. Say hi. What's this? What's this? Say hi, people. Hi, peoples. Don't get down. You do what you like, baby. You normally do. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm always distracted by my little puppy. Yes, yes. Wow, that's like 2 minutes of dog. Just 2 minutes of me and my doggy. Mwah. I'm sorry. The card that most depicts kindness, hello, to me is the Hanged Man. And that is because I think that in order to be genuinely be able to be kind to others, there has to be a certain amount of humility involved. And I think the Hanged Man is the card for me that speaks of humility. I think being genuinely kind to people is about putting them first and putting what they need first and allowing them the space to be who they need to be, or to do what they need to do, or to have what they need to have, or to hear what they need to hear, even if those things aren't necessarily in your best interest, even if those things don't necessarily gain you anything or paint you in the best possible way. I think kindness is about putting other people's needs before your own sometimes. And I don't think that's always necessarily the healthiest thing to do, but I think in certain situations that's warranted. So it's about, kindness is about sometimes sacrificing your needs for the needs of others and just coming from a place of humility. So that was question 4 and question 5 together, because you can't really answer one without the other. It was a really nice tag, really short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me while I answered the questions. Sorry I'm a bit all over the place and a bit weird today. I actually went to the hospital yesterday to have some tests done and had like a mild sedation, and I'm just a bit woo. So I'm fine, it's wearing off, but it's wearing off slowly, and by the time I get to the end of the day and I'm tired, my brain gets a bit wappy. But anyway, thank you very much for sticking with me this long if you did. I will see you all shortly for another one. Lots of love, everybody.